Hey guys, CJ here, bringing you another video on the Minecraft 1.3 upcoming cool things. In this one, we're going to talk about the new ores, the sand temples, cocoa beans, and jungle temples. So let's get right into it, and let's bring down the wall. There's the wall. Cool, huh? Anyway, yes, I know redstone. Anyway, here is the new gravel texture, which is really cool. I like it. I like the new version of the gravel. I didn't like the other gravel texture. Don't know why, but I like this one. So they've clearly updated it based on consumer demand or player demand, whatever the case may be. But hey, here it is. Here's the new gravel. It's kind of cool. What I'm doing here is I'm showing you that you can still mine flint out of gravel, so you can see for sure that it is the gravel block. Here's a new one, emerald ore. You're going to find this in the extreme hills area only between levels 4 and 31. So it's very rare, but you will only find it in the extreme hills biomes. So keep that in mind. And here's the emerald block that can be mined into a decorative block if you want to do this for pools or whatever. But anyway, there you go. Those are the new ores. Here's the new sand temple, and I obviously fixed some things, cleaned up the area, and put some sandstone stairs to get down to it. Obviously, with these new structures, you can build off of them, you could build your home off of them, you could make a bigger structure, but they just kind of give you the basis of what's there. Now, there's some cool things with this temple, some mystery and intrigue and danger. Anyway, but you can go figure that out for yourself when you find these. I can tell you for a fact, unless there's going to be a change between now and when 1.3 is released, there is a lot of sand temples. And let me put a caveat to that, is if you select large biomes when you create your world. All right, so I think I've crossed 12 sand temples, and you know, I didn't even create the whole map yet, but you can see there's a little secret to get down to some other places of that temple. But check that out. Next thing we're going to talk about is cocoa beans. Now you can get cocoa beans in the jungle. As you can see here, this was a tree I cleaned up just so you could see it for demonstration purposes. But there's 3 sizes. There's the baby size, which is that light green one. There's the adolescent or the teenager cocoa bean, which is the light brown one that I'm hitting right here, and there's the adult one, which drops about 3, I think maximum 3 cocoa beans. The middle one will drop maximum of 2, and the light green one will drop 1. The nice thing about cocoa beans is you can replant them. Now what's cool about replanting these is if you need cocoa beans in a certain area, you could even plant, or not plant, but if you're in creative mode, you could put a jungle tree somewhere else and plant these on it. You know what? One thing I did not try planting these on any other tree. Maybe I'll go try that and see what happens, but not trying anything out of the extreme yet till it's fully released. But hey, it's really cool because there's a full supply of cocoa beans throughout the jungle. So obviously they're adding a lot more cool features and things you can do in the jungle, primarily for whatever game types you're playing. If you're playing a modded game like DayZ or MineZ or whatever, and these resources are out there for you, you can make cookies or do whatever else. So it's kind of cool to see that you can get cocoa beans in other locations rather than abandoned mines, if I remember correctly. But anyway, so there you go. And you can see by my little demonstration right here that you can pretty much plant these things on every side of every block of a jungle tree, all the way up to the leaves. So that's kind of cool. At least you have some jungle cocoa beans. All right, so anyway, if you're into some, want some cocoa and milk or cocoa and marshmallows, there you go. I planted plenty of them for you to have. So let's move on to the really cool thing you keep seeing off to the right. And this is a new item called the Jungle Ruin. This is, you're only going to find these in the jungle. It's made out of various cobblestone blocks. So the mossy cobblestone or the moss stone, the cobblestone stairs, cobblestone blocks, things like that. So they're easily identifiable when you're flying, but they're not easily found when you're walking through the jungle because sometimes they could be buried. This one was half buried, actually. I had to dig it out. So that's kind of cool. Kind of gives you an Indiana Jones feel to it. I'm going to light the place up here so you can take a look. But every ruin I have found pretty much has the same things in terms of secrets and little traps and stuff. But the thing changes. These levers could be on the other side, and the other traps could be on the other, so they could flip-flop. But the nice thing is that you could create a really huge jungle ruin. You could dig down further and really get going. You can see here is where the tripwires are. So this is kind of the introduction to tripwires. And a tripwire is simply made using string and 2 tripwire hooks. Now the tripwire can only be 40 blocks of length, and I'll make a video showing you specifically about the tripwire so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But you can do some really cool stuff. Obviously, you can cut the tripwire with shears or just with your stick or whatever. But it should be interesting to see what comes out as of the release of 1.3, how you can actually recover the string, because it looks like right now, even in survival, I can pick up that string no matter what I do with it. Nice thing about a jungle ruin is you can pick up a bunch of redstone particles or dust to make some circuits. You can, if you get in the certain room that I was talking about earlier, you can get a number of redstone items or circuitry items to make your own traps or things like that. But yeah, you can get the arrows out of here. You can get whatever's in these chests, and there's various items in these chests. You can see you can also pick up the tripwire hooks as well as the tripwire string, which is just regular string. But hey, look at this one's got a diamond, iron ingot, and a few gold blocks or a few gold ingots. So there you go. So that's the jungle ruin. When I saw this, when I got to play in this the first time, I was like, this is really, really cool. I'm wondering in future releases if they're going to make bigger ones or things like that. But hey, between the sand temples and the jungle ruins, you can definitely build off of these things or integrate with them to make them really, really cool. But there you go, guys. I hope you liked this video and to see what's coming out in 1.3. I'll produce a few more here. I got a number of videos I made. I just need to record them, and I'll get them out there so you guys can check the new things out, all right? Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to follow me on my new Twitter as well as my new channel. I need subscribers on this channel. I'm going to kind of move these over from my other one. So thanks, guys. I appreciate your time. I will talk to you later. CJ is out.